Hello. Right, this is a run workout. So you can complete this either on a treadmill if you're in a gym or if you have a treadmill at home, or you can go outside. The main thing is if you are outside, please be careful of obviously crossing the roads, make sure it's a safe place, it's well lit, etc. Be careful of your surroundings, be careful of your grounding. Because even if it's saying like go really hard and you need to cross a road, be safe. It's probably obvious, but make sure you are. We're going to warm up first. We're going to cool down at the end and stretch, but let's begin. So start with a heel toe rock. So you're going to lift your heels and then lift your toes. Lift your heels and lift your toes. You can do this inside or you can do this outside. Let me just move my coffee table back up. It's not very organized. Actually, if I'm honest, I really just thought I'd fit in. So lifting the heels and then lifting the toes. So this is just warming up your calves and your shins, which are obviously some of the muscles that take quite a bit of the impact on the running. That's perfect. Now you're doing a dynamic calf into a hamstring stretch. You're going to step back your right leg and then kick your heel away. Step back and then lift. Push the heel towards the floor and then kick your leg up. So this is just dynamically warming up and stretching the muscles again. That's going to work. So the calf and the hamstring, that's done. The calf is from the knee to the ankle and the hamstring is from the knee above, right to the back of the leg. Just ease your way into your range on this one. Switch your legs. So you might not get your heel all the way to the floor. That is completely fine. And you might not be kicking too high. That is fine. You're just looking to feel a little bit of a pull. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I had a little bit of a pull on this one. Not a massive one. We will be going through another round where you can increase your range. That's perfect. Come into a lateral lunge with a twist. So feet wide, bend one leg, push your hips back, and then twist towards the leg. Switching sides, twist. So again, just easing into the moves, especially if you're starting out completely fresh. You just want to feel a stretch in the inner thighs and the inside of your hips and a little bit of rotation through your back. If you want less, it's your feet not quite as wide apart. If you want more, feet wider, or maybe reach your hand down towards the floor. So, grab on for something if you need the balance. You're going to lift one leg to the side and then cross it over the body. To the side and then cross over. The key thing here is to do it quite slow and controlled. Squeezing the side of your butt and then crossing the hips and into the abs. Side of the butt, hips and abs. You can easily swing your leg here, but instead you want to just feel that muscle contraction. Switching to the other side. So other leg to the side and across. So particularly if you find when you run, your feet either kind of cross over or your knees touch together. This is a really good one for activating the side of your bum to make sure that doesn't happen, and that's going to help keep your body and your joints a little bit safer. Side butt squeeze, and then right across. Perfect. So alternating quad stretch RDL. So you grab one leg, you tip forward, and then stand up and switch your legs. So you will feel a little stretch in your quad. So your quad is now the front of the thigh from the knee up to the hip. And as you tip forward, you'll feel the hamstring. Again, we're just on the first round. We're not particularly warm yet. So just going to the point where you feel it stretch a little bit and pull, and then come out of it. Nice. And then do it all again. So heel toe rocks again. So lifting your heels and then lifting your toes. Heels and then toes. See if you can lift your toes up a little bit higher towards your shins. Particularly, this is great if you struggle with things like shin splints as well. Sometimes it's a lack of strength in your calves or in your shins. So it's a good one just to prepare them and get them ready for all the impact. All the impact of all the running you're going to be doing. Nice, perfect. Dynamics, calf and hamstring stretch. And just see, go again on feel. Just so you feel it, get that little stretch at the back, stretch at the front. And just see if you feel the difference compared to the first round where your muscles are a little bit warmer. Maybe you can step back a little bit further. Maybe you can kick the leg a little bit higher. Again, don't force it higher than it kind of should go. It's your body. You'll know where it should go. just to the point of a pull, not pain. Switching legs. So when we go on this run, you're going to be running. I'm just going to be staying here in my living room, coaching you through it. So you're either, again, like I said, on a treadmill or outside in real life. But I will guide you through a run that's going to hopefully squeeze a little bit more out of you than you would if you just went for a jog by yourself. Yeah, perfect. Right, lateral lunge to the twist, lunge to the side, twist, switch to the other side. Again, maybe you can increase your range on this one. So I've reached down to the floor because it feels good, but you might want to stay a little bit higher. We're trying to get the twist in. So when you're running, you're looking to keep your hips stable, but your upper body has that natural rotation. So just making sure the spine is nice and warm and mobile to maximize that. So this is just a slight change. This time we're going to triple pulse on the side. So you go 3, 2, 1, and then pull across. Oops. You go 3, and 2, and 1, and then pull it across. So really starting to warm up the side of the bum. You should maybe feel just not a burning sensation, but just starting to build that real bigger squeeze. We don't want to fatigue the bum, just want to activate it. Switching to the other leg. So other side, little lift to the side, 3, and 2, and 1, up and across. Make sure you feel that squeeze at the side of my. Feel free to poke the bum if you're not quite feeling it. It's right in the side of the hip. Here. Perfect. Oh, that's my balance. So we're just going to stick on one leg this time. So pick up one foot. Oops. And then hinge forwards. Stand up if you lose balance or you just tap down. If you don't, you just keep holding the foot and keep going, tipping forward and then standing up. Tipping forward and then standing up. Depending how your hamstrings feels, you might be able to tip back a little bit more. Maybe you want to put a bit of pressure into the back of the foot, into the hand, and then you'll feel your quad a little bit more as well. That's just switching legs. Find your balance and tip. And this one I would do without necessarily holding on if you can. So you're just chatting it, like kind of activating your balance as well. And there's a lot of single-sided. Every time you land, you're landing on one leg. So you want to be ready for it. Just tip in. Forward all right at the end. Yeah, perfect. Right, we're going to skip this with a butt kick. So you're going to hop, 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 kick the butt. Hop, hop, kick. Hop, 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 lift. Hop, 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 lift. So bouncing lightly on the balls of your feet. Then kicking your heel up towards your bum by squeezing your hamstrings. Then do the same, just lifting the knee instead. Lift, hop, 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 lift, hop, 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 lift. Try and run as arms if you can. Run as arm being opposite arm and leg is up. Opposite arm and leg is up when you do it. Hop, oops. Lift. Squat and heel lift. So you're going to squat down and then lift your heels. Squat and lift your heels. So now just warming into the lower body a little bit more, your quads, your butt and your calves. Your heart rate should be starting to increase. So for the lungs, the heart was feeling close to resting, and now we're looking to elevate it. Let's do it again. This time, just 2 hops. Lift, hop, hop, lift, hop, hop, lift. Can you kick your own butt? Bam, bam, bam. Can I kick my own butt? So yeah. And then at the knee, lift, lift, lift. Think of bringing your thigh as close to your upper body as possible. Really pull and lift. Hop, hop, lift. How's the calves? How's heart rate? Should be increasing. Squat, heel lift. Squat down, lift your heels. Squat and lift your heels. The lower you go, the more the heart rate you're going to get into, the warmer the muscles are going to get. And predominantly running, so of course, all lower body. So we do want your lower body to feel really nice and warm now. Nice butt kicks. Kick your foot up towards your butt. Only 10 seconds. You can step them out. I'm assuming because you're about to go on a run that you can jump them out. High knees. Lift your knees up, 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 up. Again, you can set them out if you need to, but I presume if you're needing the low impact, you shouldn't be going on a run. Let's go again, butt kicks again. Try a little bit higher, heart rate's coming up a little bit higher. You should be puffed out by the end of this and feel like a workout intensity. High knees. You're trying to get your knees hip height, hip height or higher than hip height. So really pull, 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 pull. You're going to do 10 seconds of each, high and fast you can. Butt kicks, go, 10 seconds, high and fast you can. Get speed and height. So on both ears, how fast you can do today. Do the same with high knees. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You should feel a little bit breathless at the end of this. You've got 3 seconds, 2 and 1. And now off we go. We're traveling. So we're going to walk. So if you're going to travel, just find a walk pace. It wants to be kind of like a power walk pace. So that's the same as if you're on the roads. You don't want to be going as if you're going on a Sunday stroll. Your heart rate is elevated. We're going to bring it down just a little bit. So we're ready for the workout, but not so low that we're down to a resting heart rate. So just going on quite a pacey, punchy power walk. You're here for a minute. All of the next things you're doing for a little while is all going to be 1 minute. And so what I'm going to be doing to you is describing everything on a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is like resting or you're lying down. 10 is your absolute max effort sprint. I'm looking for, at the moment, say a 4 out of 10 for your walk. So it's a really fast-paced walk. And for the next minute, we will be increasing into a gentle jog, a 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10. So you're going to get there in 3, 2, 1. Break into a gentle jog, please. So gentle jog, 5 out of 10. So what a 5 out of 10 means is that your heart rate is higher than it would be if you're resting. But it's really conversational. So it's a type of pace that you'd be going at where if you were running with someone else, or if you were able to reply to me today, we would be able to chat as we go through. That's what this is. And this is where you can start to work on the technique. Check that when you're running, your feet are hip width apart and you're not running with the knees tracking in towards one another or crossing over one in front of the other. So everything going hip width apart. Where you're striking your foot is quite important. So you want to feel the landing, the impact be towards the mid, towards the front of the foot, pushing the ground away from you rather than landing on the heel and then reaching forward for it. So landing towards the front of the foot. Now what I want to see is just a slight increase to a 6 out of 10. So 6 out of 10. So you go for a 5 going up to 6. Now the scale is 1 to 10. It doesn't mean you increase by say like 1 on the speed. This is a little bit punchier. This is if you were to have a conversation with me now, you can maybe get out some really short snippets of conversation. So you're starting to feel yourself a little bit breathless. Your heart rate's got a little bit, it's nowhere near your sprint, but your heart rate is just a little bit higher than it was. If I were to have watched you do it, I should have seen a noticeable increase in pace. At the end of this minute, and you're already halfway, you're going to come back down to your 5 out of 10 jog. So you can afford to just go a little bit pacey here, but I don't want to go so pacey that you're anywhere near your maximum. You're only at the 6 out of 10. Still kind of warming up and getting prepared for the running. In the final 10 seconds, so keep holding onto your pace. Pull it back just a little bit to the 5 out of 10. So the goal is to come back to 5 out of 10 jog rather than the 4 out of 10 fast-paced walk. So it's a gentle jog. You pulled it back a little bit. As you pull it back, what you'll notice is your heart rate would have elevated a bit more in that last minute. And it's going to continue to elevate past the minute. So you'll find just for this part, you might still be a little bit more breathless. But then as you settle into your jog, then you should find your breathing's got quite more comfortable again. You hear another 30 seconds and then you're going to do that again. But this time we will eventually be finding 7 out of 10. So start to find a rhythm in your breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Maybe every 3 strides, every 4 strides, but find a rhythm. Nice, perfect. So we're increasing back up to that 6 out of 10. So let's see the increase in pace. It's a 6 out of 10. So as you start to increase, your stride length should open up a little bit more, but try and keep your upper body relaxed. So your arms are still quite relaxed by your sides, your hands are relaxed, and then just check the muscles in your face. So notice if you're starting to frown or clench your jaw. Want to keep this so you feel quite relaxed in it. It's just faster. You've got another 30 seconds and then it's going to be increasing to a 7 out of 10. Now the 7 out of 10 is where it starts to get really uncomfortable. So do make sure you've got space and room to improve up into. And then from the 7 out of 10, you get to have a walk. So you're going in 15 seconds. Start to prepare yourself. What does 7 out of 10 look or feel like for you? So the feel should be no more conversation. You could maybe answer one-word answers. So let's see it in 3, in 2, in 1. And accelerate a little bit more and then hold your pace. So this pace is now uncomfortable pretty much from the start. You're a little bit uncomfortable. Your breathing is pretty heavy. You might even start to feel a little bit burning up into the legs. You are 15 seconds in. Again, it's not a sprint. You can't hold a sprint for much longer than 10 seconds. So it's a fast run. It's maybe the pace that you might run if you're running really competitively, but you wanted to sustain it for some time. You're over halfway, got 30 seconds to go, and then you will get to come down to a walk. So let's make sure you're maintaining that pace. Be really strict with yourself. Be aware, have you slowed down? If you have, can you try and push back to that pace again? You've got another 15 seconds to go. Remember, you do get to walk in 10 seconds. So you might even want to accelerate a little bit more. Maybe even find a cheeky little 7.5. You get to walk in 3, 2, 1. Walk it out, relax. Walk it out, walk it out. And your walk is your 4 out of 10. So again, just being mindful to try and keep it pacey, like you are walking to get somewhere with a bit of urgency rather than just walking for a Sunday stroll in the sunshine or you're on holiday. It's not holiday pace. And in your recovery, use your recovery to get your breathing right back to normal or as close to normal as possible. So you should have been pretty puffed down. Your breathing's really heavy. You might find your breathing sped up. It's really deep. You want to get it closer to normal. So breathe in through your nose. And then really try and take your time to breathe out through your mouth. Elongate your out breath. And then you force into a longer in breath. And you're going to help your heart rate come down. We're going to find that 7 out of 10. Again, this time you're coming for a walk. So you're going to accelerate faster on the walk in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's see the difference go from a walk to a run. It is 1 minute and then you get a 1 minute walking recovery again. So you know how 7 out of 10 felt like. If you were not able to complete the entire minute at 7 out of 10, that is fine. Might mean you just went a little bit too hard for where you were at the moment. Just give it a go on the second attempt. The goal is to try and be able to finish the top of the minute. And when you finish the top of the minute, you feel like you really wanted to stop. You didn't want to go on much longer than that. You were halfway, everyone. So that means if you got to the end of the minute and you thought, okay, is that it? That is it's in your control to just run that little bit faster, run that little bit pacier. You've got less than 20 seconds to go. And again, remember, you get to come back down to a walk after this. So you've got to earn that walk, earn that recovery in the final 10 seconds, maybe accelerate a little bit more. How much ground can you travel in? You've got 3 seconds and 2 and 1. Walk it out. Well done. Catch your breath. Get your breathing under control. So the trend is we're going up. We're definitely warm now, right? I say we, you're definitely warm now. I'm going to say we because I'm going to go out and do this run as well afterwards. So you're definitely feeling warm. You're feeling a little bit fatigued, and we're going to try and find now an 8 out of 10. If I try, we're going to successfully find our 8 out of 10. So we've got another 30 seconds to walk, and then another 30 seconds later just to find a gentle jog. From there, so you're not going from dead stop, you're going to then find your 8 out of 10 for 45 seconds. 45 seconds. The harder the intensity, the higher intensity, the less time you can hold it for. And then you also sometimes need like the longer recovery as well to be able to find that intensity again. So coming into a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. So it's a little bit faster than your really gentle jog. It's somewhere between a jog and a run. You're here for 30 seconds. And then you're going to find an 8 out of 10. And that is something that is punchier than the 7 out of 10. But remember, you have 15 seconds to hold, 15 seconds less to hold on for. So going in 10 seconds, start to pump yourself up for it. 8 out of 10 coming in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Accelerate out of it. Try not to waste any time by accelerating slowly, but accelerate really quickly out the gain. And then once you got it, it's holding on to it. Holding on to that fast pace you have set. So you haven't done a sprint yet. You are still not at a sprint level, but damn, it's uncomfortable. If someone were to be seeing you running right now, I want them to be impressed. I want them to be like, wow, where has this person got to get to? You're over halfway. You've got less than 20 seconds to go. It's around about now that you'll be wanting to slow down. If you want to slow down, you are at the correct intensity. Well done. But you've got to try and hold on to it just for another 8 seconds. It's right to feel fatigue. Fatigue isn't failure here. You've got another 3 seconds and 2 and 1 and walk it out. Well done. Catch your breath, catch your breath, na-na-na, catch your breath, catch your breath. How did 8 out of 10 feel? Now, 8 out of 10 for 45 seconds is really quite tough. 45 seconds is a long time to feel uncomfortable. So we're actually going to find 9 out of 10 on this one. But again, it's for less time. So you just know you've got time. You can do it. You're also going to get a longer recovery after. So remember, we're going to come into the jog first. So little gentle jog in 3, in 2, in 1. Find that 6 out of 10. It is for less time. So your 9 out of 10 is close to what your maximum is. Now, your maximum is really tough to find. Your maximum is when you're running for your life. 9 out of 10 is not that far behind that. So 9 out of 10, and it's only 20 seconds. So it's less than half the time you did 8 out of 10 for. So I want to see a much higher, faster pace. Are you ready? You're going in 5 seconds. I want to see you really go for it. It's pretty much your sprint. Let's go. 20 seconds, 9 out of 10. 20 seconds. Don't waste time. 20 seconds is a short amount of time. It's kind of going to fly by. You don't want to waste time speeding up. You are already halfway. You're at your kind of peak pace at the moment. You've got to try and hold on to it now. You're going to try and slow down. Try and hold on to it. You've got a big, big, big recovery after this. So 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Well done. 9 out of 10. It's grim. It's grim. Like I said, it's very, very, very close to your sprint. It's not a sprint, but it's very close. Well, it's close behind it. So you should be feeling quite puffed now. Like I say, you'll finish it, and then find your heart rate's still going to continue to increase, and you're using this next minute of a walk just to bring it closer to normal. How did 9 feel? Could you complete the 20 seconds? Can you go harder? Because we're going to 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, but only for 10 seconds. And after that 10 seconds, you will get a 90-second break. So let's build ourselves up for it. 10 seconds time. If you can, you're going to come back into the jog. If you need a little bit longer to walk, then you can take it. So if you're more intermediate advanced runner, definitely come into your jog now for 30 seconds. If you're more a beginner, then instead just want you to hold the walk for another 15 seconds and then join us. So this time it's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is your absolute maximum, and it's only 10 seconds, like you're trying to win a 100-meter sprint in the Olympics. So everyone now into a jog. You're going in 10 seconds for 10 seconds only. Absolute maximum effort. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Like you're doing a 100-meter sprint. Go, 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 go. This is absolutely the speediest legs you've ever done in your life. You've got 3 more seconds, and 2 and 1, and relax. Walk it out. You've got 90 seconds to walk. You may even need a little moment to just stop completely, fully catch your breath. Maybe bend over, rest your hands on your thighs. And as soon as you can, get moving again. You will want to be walking really slowly now. Your muscles are fatigued, you're tired, but still try and keep that nice, decent 4 out of 10 power walk. If you feel recovered already, then you could have gone harder. So it doesn't matter your fitness levels if you are Olympian or if beginner. We've all got a 10 out of 10. We all need a long recovery after it. If you don't need the long recovery, the chances are there's more in you than you realize and go harder this next time. Got another 30 seconds to walk, and then you get to do it again. Get to do it one more time, then you're never going to see 10 out of 10 for the rest of this workout. So this 10 out of 10, I want you to think, how did the last one feel? Did you think I absolutely maxed out, I couldn't do better? Did you think, oh, I actually had a bit more in the tank, I could have gone longer, or I could have just moved my legs a little bit faster? Your last one, I want you to picture yourself. You know when you play those games and there's like a shadow when you're lapping yourself? I want you to picture your own shadow and you are now trying to beat you. Do not care about beating anyone else. I just want you to try and beat you. So gentle jog, please. Gentle jog, 6 out of 10. If you do need a little bit longer to walk, again, you've got a bonus 15 seconds and then everyone into the jog. Breathing should be a little bit closer to normal. Everyone in the jog now, please. And remember, last time I'm going to see 10 out of 10. So you've got one more opportunity only to find your maximum. You're going in 5 seconds, everyone. You're going to do 3, in 2, in 1, and go, go, go. It's time to beat yourself. So it's better than what you did in the last one. Whatever you did last time, you do better. So accelerate even more now. You've got another 3 seconds. Don't slow down. Speed up, speed up, speed up. And relax. Walk it out. Catch your breath. 90 seconds again just to walk. How was your 10 out of 10? If you did hit 10 out of 10, your genuine 10 out of 10 on the first one, your second 10 out of 10 probably felt like a 10 out of 10, but may have been slower. That is fine, as long as it feels like your maximum. It may be that you just did the fastest sprint of your life and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm amazing. Hopefully it's that one for everyone. You've still got another minute here to walk, and then we've got 5 minutes of continuous endurance running. The pace is not going to be anything too high. It's just going to be your run pace and then one little burst and then back to the run pace, and we'll get to a walk at the end. This is about endurance and just covering a little bit of ground. So still got another 30 seconds if you need some water, have some water. Shake it out, shake it out. Hopefully your heart rate again is closer to normal. It might not be all the way down. That is fine. But we're going to be coming back into our 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Off we go. So your 6 out of 10 is somewhere between your jog and your run. It's somewhere between your jog and a run. It's not a real gentle jog. It's a 6 out of 10. So it's got a decent amount of pace to it. It's not your fast run. You're here for 2 minutes. You will hear the little beeper beep at 1 minute. So that way you know exactly where you are. And for anyone that knows me, I'm normally terrible at timing. So this thing really keeps me accountable and making you not overrun. So 6 out of 10, self-assess. How are you feeling? Have you started to tense up your shoulders from those sprints? Just roll them down and back, relax them a little bit, have a little shake off, maybe shake the hands out a little bit. Running at a pace, again, you could hold a bit of a conversation, short words. You're going to hear the beeper. That is just 1 minute down. You've got another 1 minute to go. Same kind of pace, just traveling, just covering some decent ground. Now, as you run, start thinking about trying to lift your heels up a little bit more towards your butt. So lifting your heels up towards your bum. Starting to activate the back of your body as you push the ground away from you, and then finish with a full range leg lift. You've got another 30 seconds here at the 6 out of 10. And then we're going to do one more push. It's 1 minute and it's your 7 out of 10. So again, it's not your sprint, but it is your fast run. It's your race pace. And after that, you're going to come back down to 6 out of 10, not to a walk. So feel this 6 out of 10 where at the moment, this is where you are going to recover. It's going to feel uncomfortable at the start, but then you will settle into it. So 7 out of 10 in 3, in 2, in 1. Increase your leg speed. Lengthen out your stride a little bit. Starting to get to the point where if I again was to ask you any kind of question, you may or may not be able to just answer with a few words. You wouldn't want to be talking about, I don't know, Love Island, Bake Off, anything like that. It is uncomfortable, but you are strong and you can do this. You're already over 20 seconds in. You have got 30 seconds to go. So really trying to hold on to your pace. After this, the 2 minutes is just going to reduce in intensity. So you really can afford to go hard. If you think you can increase your speed a bit more now, please do. But bear in mind, you're not coming back to a walk. You're coming back to a 6 out of 10. It's got another 10 seconds if you want to make it a little bit punchier. But I really am trying to encourage you to come back to that 6 out of 10 instead of a walk. In 3, in 2, in 1. 6 out of 10, please. Use the first 15 seconds to just kind of get control of your breathing again. Assess if you're running at what was your 6 out of 10 pace earlier, or if you drop down a little bit slower. Got another 30 seconds to go, and then we're going to wind down even more to a 5 out of 10. So really starting to think about this is approaching towards the end of your workout. Your heart rate came really high, went sky high through the roof, and now it's slightly elevated, well, quite elevated, and it's going to start gradually coming down and down more closer to resting before we stretch. So you've just got another 5 seconds now, and then you're coming down to a 5 out of 10 jog. So scale it back just a little bit. Don't slow down too much. Just scale it back just a little bit to a gentle jog. Back to your conversational rate, pace. Just starting to wind your body down. You are walking again in about 30 seconds. If you're getting that urge now and you're thinking, oh man, like thinking about I could have gone harder earlier on my 10 out of 10s, don't try and do it now, but instead just think the next time you do it, now you know, and you remember that gutting feeling when you think, damn, I could have done better. Because we normally will think that I could have done better rather than you regret not trying hard enough rather than regret trying too hard most of the time. So just got another 8 seconds. Keep it that comfortable pace, and then you come back into a walk. Yeah, back to a walk. 4 out of 10, power walk pace. And you're going to find, if you are outside, you're walking towards a direction where you can stop and stretch afterwards. If you don't have a space, maybe pause it and make sure you do stretch when you get home. If you're on a treadmill, then it's just jumping off the treadmill at the end. So just power walking in. And now for the final 30 seconds, slow your pace down a little bit more. How do you feel right now? Do not be discouraged if you needed extra breaks from what I said. That is completely fine, especially if you're new to it. It's kind of weird finding out what your different intensities are and what you're capable of. And then with practice, it will come over time. If you have a sense of regret, again, next time, it's fine. Right, winding down to a total stop. Yes, well done. And then just hold where you are and just going to twist side to side. So if you need to pause the video now and then get home and then replay it at the end, then do just make sure you do the stretch. So just twisting a little bit side to side and then go for some side bends side to side. So just moving your spine again. Nice, perfect. Coming into a hamstring stretch with your right leg. So you're going to just step your right leg slightly forward, bend your left knee and push your hips back. So you're pushing your bum back and away from the knee, and you can rest your hands on your left leg. So always resting on the bent knee. And at the end of the warm-up, your muscles are super warm, so you can now afford to press quite deeply into the stretch. You're looking for a bit of discomfort, sorry, bad English. Same leg, just keep the hand on the thigh and step your right foot way back and push the heel towards the floor so you feel the stretch in your calves. It might be that you feel it better by having it in closer, maybe with a bent knee for the right knee or further back. If you don't get your heel to the floor, it's okay. Breathe and hold. And sticking with the right leg, find your balance, pick up your right foot and pull the heel towards your butt. Knees together if you can, and squeeze your butt, push your hips forwards. The stretch at the end is as important as the workout, which is as important as the warm-up. They're all equally important. So the warm-up and the cool-down, the stretch is there to help you avoid injuries. The workout is there to help you get fitter. Overall, that's overall fitness. Have a little shake off, feel like the right leg feels quite to the left, and then let's do the left leg. Step your left leg forward, push your hips back. For some reason, particularly running, I find that's the one that people tend to just sack off the stretch, and yet it is high impact through the body for a sustained amount of time, so very important to stretch out again. Nice. Keep your hand on your right leg, take a long step back with your left leg, push your heel towards the floor, stretching the calf. Calf moves from the back of the knee down to the ankle. So move around and feel free to make any adjustments to make sure you feel the stretch in that place. Nice, and then find your balance and stretch your quads, heel to bum. Would love your feedback on this workout. Love to know how you get on. If you do tend to track your workouts, then maybe your stats will come up with, say, your average speed or your distance traveled or even your peak speed. And then maybe if you repeat again, you might be able to improve on your peak speed. Nice release. I'm going to stretch the bum. So if you're standing, just cross one leg over. Find your balance and then push your hips back. So you're in a figure 4 stretch. You might want to come down and do this on the floor lying on the back if you got the space. If you did do this workout on a treadmill, then you might become a little bit familiar with your paces. And then maybe next time, so when your 6 out of 10, for example, may have been like an 8 kilometers an hour, and next time it might be an 8.5. Switch your legs. So there's little ways of tracking your runs if you want to, or just go purely based on the feel of each day. Sometimes technology gets us too much in our head, and actually we can feel how it feels and we can just assess as we go along. But I'd love to know, especially if you do have an actual stat there, or maybe it's just that you're like, I ran this distance one time and then next time I had to go further, ran out of space. Let me know how you get on. Hip flexor stretch. So just take a step back with the right leg, bend the knee, squeeze your butt, tuck your pelvis under. You want to feel the stretch across the front of the hip. So bend, tuck. And you want to feel it in the hip flexor. If your legs are feeling a little bit tired, feel free to come down to a 1990 lunge. Do the same thing from there. Maybe press into it a little bit more. You definitely want to release the hips, especially as sometimes if the bum does get tired, the hips tend to take over. Switch your legs. It's the left leg back. Bend the knee a little bit. Squeeze your butt. Tuck your hips under. And then hold. Again, you can pop down to the knee if you need to. As long as you feel it in the front of your hip flexor. Got another 15 seconds. And then you're done. You can rehydrate. Maybe get some food in you. Maybe you want to do a longer stretch of one of the workouts I've done. Well done. Give your legs a little shake off, Give yourselves a big round of applause and a pat on the back. Well done. As always, do let me know how you on and let me know if you enjoy this style workout. We'll add more of them to it. Any question or feedback, get in touch with me. That's what I'm here for. I want to make sure you're getting workouts that you enjoy. But well done, especially if you got to the end. And then I'll see you